Hey Facebook. Hey guys. Hey. It's been a long time since we haven't rumbled and tumbled and chatted and gotten together. So I thought tonight is a night when I'm going to just come here and say hi. I'm going to chat with you guys because it's been a minute since we have spoken. And then after I'm chatting and I've finished chatting, I'm going to talk to you about a course that I'm going to look to run in the next couple of days. So, oh my God, I hate when Facebook does this. It locks your live from everybody, and I want everybody to see my live. So I need to edit this audience so you guys can all join me. Oh my God, am I not looking pretty? I'm looking really, really pretty. So let me just edit this so you all can join me. And you know, I actually don't like Facebook anymore. I really am trying to see if I can find a way to not be on Facebook and be on other places. So happy Sunday. It's Sunday the 24th of January. And I can't believe that time has flown by so fast. We're almost in February, which is my birthday. So just holler at me if you want to send me some lockdown birthday presents. A girl is not going to say no. So for those who don't know me, my name is Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. I'm a life book and business strategist. I'm owner and CEO of The Mango Girl, which is my own brand. We have hair, skin, and beauty products made for all women. We are top to toe, so we're the kind of brand that keeps one product in the cabinet that serves the whole family. We're ethical, we are vegan friendly, and if you want to know more about us, go to themangogirl.com. Now, tonight I wanted to kind of talk to you about a couple of things. I want to talk to you about mindset, and I want to talk to you about, where we find ourselves as human beings, as human race. And as a Christian, I can only come to you from the perspective of God and what I know, what I believe in. And whilst I'm not trying to force anybody to accept, hi Sean, to accept my belief, I'm just saying to you, have a listen for a second and then make your decision. So first and foremost, I just want to say hello to everybody. I just know that a number of you have been asking, people have been calling me, Eva, where are you? So let me get really clear with you guys about what's happened to me the last couple of days. Some of you may know that for the last 4 years, nearly 4 years actually, I've been struggling with a pain in my abdomen. Like, I have been to gynecologists, I've been all over the place. I have been to a number of doctors and nobody could find out what's wrong. I've paid to go private, I've done the NHS, I've had surgery, and nobody seemed to know what is wrong. And in the last month, I just had a lot of pain and I was struggling in the last week. It got really worse, and it got to a place this week where I had a serious medical situation. I'm going to just call it that. It's not COVID, not that at all. I just had a kind of a serious medical situation that really had me a little bit more quiet than normal. I needed to rest. I needed to regroup, and I needed to look after myself because it's just me and my son. My daughter is not here at the moment. And if for those of you who know me, I'm single. Hoping my husband comes this year. Father God, this is the year. But that aside, I want to talk to us about our minds and how we feel and think at this time is going to be fundamental in how we survive. I was listening to the news this morning, and there's a proposition from the Prime Minister, the Honorable Boris Johnson, and he's proposing that lockdown spills over to September. And I know for the most part, for a number of us, that is a challenge in and of itself. For a number of us, that is even difficult to hear. But what I want to say to you right now is that we're living in a space and a time when things are going to come at us. And because a lot of us are not prepared, because it's like a carrot on a string and it's dangled in front of us. And we keep believing that when we get to the carrot, that's going to be it. We're going to be okay. We're going to be free. And for those of us like me who think I'm under house arrest, I call this house arrest. I'm under house arrest. For those of us who are locked down and we're in our homes, what I want you to start doing is start focusing on the light rather than focusing on when the institution, when they say it's going to be over. And the simple reason for that is I know far too many people in this process, in this time, that have committed suicide, that have not been able to cope because there was one date placed in front of them. They were very hopeful that in this time they were going to be out of lockdown. And when that did not happen, they took their lives. And so I want to speak to your mind today. I want to speak to your soul. I want to speak to you, and I want to give you some information I give myself. Stop expecting a date. Don't focus on a date. Start working on yourself. Start finding things you do that you enjoy. Start working on your projects. Start doing the things that make you happy, and start focusing internally. Because if we start looking outside of ourselves and we start thinking about when it's going to end, and when I saw the news today that he's saying September is 7-8 months away. Another 8 months for some people is going to be really terrible. And so it is very imperative, it is very important that we start shifting our mindset towards looking inside ourselves. I had to go and get myself a lot of crystals around my house. So I have a crystal on my neck. And I started just buying crystals and just start buying positive things that are going to refuel me, mind, body, spirit. I'm praying more. I'm seeking God's face more. I'm worshiping more. I'm talking to people who are seeing the light more. It is a time when you have to start nourishing your mind. It is a time when you're going to have to start realize that to live is to suffer, and to survive is to find the meaning of suffering. I'm going to say that again. To live is to suffer, but to survive is to find the meaning in the suffering. And right now we are suffering. But what is the meaning inside that suffering? And if you can find that true meaning, then that's where the magic is going to lie. Because the meaning of this life, this existence right now for me is different than it is for you. And so what I'm going to implore you to do, I'm going to encourage you to stop focusing on the news so much. I want you to, I don't have a television in my house. For 7 years now, we have not turned on a TV in my house. We don't have a TV turned on for 7 years. And I'm going to tell you for 3 reasons. Number one, mainstream media for me was not transparent. I found out it wasn't transparent. I did not trust it. I did not trust what was being said. And sometimes, let me tell you one of the reasons. Something happened a few years ago, and I knew it very, very personal. I knew it up close and personal. I knew the ins and outs to a point of what happened. And when I saw it on the news, it was contradictory to what I knew. And it was from then I thought, I can't trust the media. I can't trust the news. Now, I'm not telling you to not trust the news. I'm telling you that I don't. So I don't feed myself on what mainstream tells me. Because 99.9% of the time, what they do is for sensationalization. They are sensationalizing the news. And they are telling you what they want you to hear. It's like an advert. The news has become like an advertisement telling you what you need to hear, which is what needs to penetrate your cranium. And you're going to have to decipher. You're going to have to choose what aspects, what part of the news you catch. Number one, so watch what you feed yourself from the news. Number two, start focusing on all the things you wanted to do that you couldn't find the time to do. Mikhail, can you pass my journal, please? It's in my, Mikhail? Pass my journal. It's under my table in my room. So a number of us have projects that we wanted to do. We wanted to write. We wanted to study. We wanted to learn a new language. There's so many things that so many of us have put off for years because we couldn't find the time to do it. We couldn't find a space and a way, thank you, to do it. And we struggled with that. Well, you could not have a better time to do the things that you truly desire to do than now. Now is the time to do the things you've always wanted to do. We're in that season where you could never ever want a better time. So find what you have put off forever. Since lockdown, I wrote myself a journal. I wrote a journal called the Release Journal. And it took me about 7 weeks to do it because I was doing other things. And I'm going to show you. So it's called the Release Journal, Move from Pain to Purpose, Start Living Your Best Life. And it's a journal for 2021. And as you can see, it's literally designed. It's on Amazon. I'm going to put the link here. And it's a journal that is really one that you can go and scribble in and write your thoughts and ideas. I literally have different months. I love the color mango, yellow, because that's my favorite color. And it literally is a journal that helps you to release your pain. And right now we're going through so much pain. It's a time when we're going through so much pain. And I use lockdown to do this. I wrote this journal in lockdown. I wanted to use my time properly. I wanted to release. I also started a podcast called Pain to Purpose on Bashani Radio. And I wanted to use the book as part of the podcast so that when people went through the process of their healing, they could have the journal to go through. Now, I'm not saying you need to write a journal. I'm just saying this is something that I have done, right? I have started learning how to trade because I just thought whilst I'm here, I might as well use my time wisely. So I started learning how to trade in currency, right? I started learning to trade. So I'm just saying to you guys is that there are so many things that we've been wanting to do, thinking about doing, but we haven't done. And now might be the time for us to wake up and do the things that we wanted to do. I'm just dropping the link here, Sean. So let me ask you the question. What are some of the things that you have wanted to do this winter, this spring, this summer? And I'm gonna read you a little bit of the release journal. It says, set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside and lets you pass. It is so crucial to set goals for we do in life for what we want to do in life, as this sets up us to achieve them. The setting of goal is the first step. Taking steps towards achieving them is the second step and the most important aspect of this entire process. What are the goals that you want to achieve? So what are your goals? Is it family and friends in this time to get closer to them? Is it financial healing? Is it your past? Is it your pain triggers? Is it yourself? Is it your family, your health, your self-care? What is your goal in this lockdown that we find ourselves in? What is your goal? Right? What is your goal? What is the thing that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to release in this moment? So I wrote this journal and I'm just so proud. This is one project I finished over lockdown. And if for nobody else, for myself, I will be using it to literally just help myself to heal. It says many of us have gone through our portions of abandonment. Have you been abandoned in lockdown? Do you feel abandoned? Right? In many cases, it has left us feeling afraid, bitter and hurt, afraid to love and be loved. What are the triggers for you? So this is one of the projects that I finished in lockdown. It's 100 and it's a lot of pages. It's a lot of pages. Like it's a beautifully designed journal that I finished in lockdown. And I'm going to encourage you to find some time to use your time wisely, right? You cannot go physical dancing, but how about dancing in your house? You know, I've picked up an exercise that I've started doing that is something that I've been too busy to do, right? But now I'm finding the time, so I'm doing that. But what I really want you to hear from this Facebook, which I'm not going to be long because I want to go, I want you to start focusing inside of you. Stop looking outside and start looking inside. I want you to appreciate the journey. I want you to know that it is your course, right? Understand that what you're going through right now is necessary to shape the awesome human being that you are today. Recognize that right now is where you are, and it is necessary and it's important. And yes, all of us would have preferred not to be here. Trust me, I am there with you. But this is where we find ourselves. And what we need to do right now is to equip ourselves with the tools and the skills. And I'm not talking about necessarily hard skills and tools. I'm talking about inner strength and resiliency and tenacity and grit to survive, because we are going to need that. One of the decisions I made in this time is that I'm not going to pick up my phone and call everybody, especially those who don't call and have not kept in touch. And I know it sounds very selfish, but it's self-full. Can somebody write that for me? It's not selfish, it's self-full, because I'm trying to be full to give to my family, to give to myself. And so if you're not somebody who's in my space and you don't pour into me ordinarily, and even over lockdown you have not bothered to check up on me, chances are I'm not going to check up on you, not because I don't want to, but I need to preserve my sanity. I need to be gracious to myself. And so I'm going to encourage you to be gracious to yourself. To not feel guilty that you have to call everybody every week, every day. That if you feel like calling somebody once in a while, be okay with that. Stand in your truth, because right now we're in war. This is battle. We're on the battlefield, and we're gonna have to put the mask on ourselves first. And so one of the things I decided is that I'm not going to be on Facebook all the time, because I need to preserve my energy to look after myself, my children, my daughter, my family, and I need to look after myself. And I'm helping people behind the scenes. So I need to watch my energy. I need to watch my internal dialogue. So be okay with preserving your energy. Be okay with letting go of the dead weight. Be okay with, I told myself that I'm only going to focus on my really tight circle right now, because that's what we need to do. It's not selfish, it's self-full, it's self-care. And be okay with that. It doesn't mean you don't love people. It just means that, thank you very much, Rose. It just means that you know how much you can give and how much you can take. And can I just tell you guys something? As strong as I am, lockdown has impacted me. And I've had to just retreat. I've had to just step back. Because one of the things that impacted me the biggest, actually, and the largest, is the fact that I do not want to take this vaccine. And I have family all the way in the Caribbean. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that, hold on a minute here. I have to change my vibration to thinking that I will be allowed to fly to see my family without a vaccine. And so I have to be holding that vibration. My daughter traveled and is stuck because flights are not coming back into the UK. So I have to be holding that vibration that I'm going to be able to see her again. I have to hold those vibrations. So I'm talking to you guys by saying to you guys that you need to hold those vibrations. That you need to look after yourself. That you need to recognize that you are one person and you cannot be there for everybody. Okay? So I just wanted to leave that with you guys, because I've seen so many people struggle in this moment, and it's not gonna get any easier. We are not suddenly gonna come out of lockdown. It's not gonna be like that. So it's going to be a case that we are going to have to look after ourselves. We're going to have to preserve our energy. We're going to have to preserve our mindset. We're going to have to preserve whatever we have left. It's like you're on a flight and you have a little bit of food left because you did not buy the food on EasyJet. So you're going to have to look after yourself to make sure whatever food you have is going to have to serve you to get to where you need to get to. It's a very poor analogy, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. That is self-preservation is the fittest of the fittest. It is a time when we're going to have to really understand who we are. It's a time we're going to have to look after ourselves. I feel like I'm looking so refreshed because I'm taking better care of my skin. I'm eating better. I have to understand that I have to drink more water. I have to look after my skin and I have to look after my well-being. It is not the time to sit there and get depressed and overeat because you need to stay healthy right now. We need to be the healthiest and the fittest we have ever been. So revise your diet. Today I cooked the last chicken in my freezer. And I open my freezer and there is one bag of fish, a few pieces of corn. My son has some potato waffles. There's some mozzarella in my freezer. And you might be wondering why mozzarella. Long story, mozzarella is in my freezer. And I'm trying to think, two ice trays, some pumpkin. So we bought some pumpkin and we diced it and froze it before we make soup. And that's in my freezer. That's all that's in my freezer. And I was like, okay, right, there's no food. But that's because I told myself that I'm gonna stop eating red meat. Like I had stopped and then I had to go back on red meat because my iron was low. I'm anemic, by the way. And so for those of us who have illnesses like anemia and, high blood pressure and all those things, you have to start looking after yourself, right? And so when I did the chicken today, I was like, okay, Lord, okay, cool. So we have been on this really new eating regime. Lots of vegetables, lots of juicing, I've stopped eating eggs. I've actually stopped eating eggs. I was here about 2 months ago and I cracked an egg and it made me feel sick. And I love eggs. I loved eggs. I probably still do. But my stomach just didn't want no eggs in it. And I've stopped eating eggs. Now my son still eats eggs. I prepare them for him even today. But I just don't want to eat any more eggs, right? And we've started juicing more. We've started, upping our vitamins, our vitamin K, our vitamin E, our vitamin D. We start upping our vitamins. Our vitamins are juicing, are eating. And I've been on a lot of vegan food. So I've been cooking dal, and a lot of dal and split peas and, all of that thing. I'm going to buy some tofu because my son wants some tofu. And I've just been really conscious of what I'm eating. Because your body needs that fuel right now and your body needs to be fed water. I cannot overestimate the importance of your well-being, and part of that is drinking enough water. In my house, just recently I bought 2 boxes of cranberry juice, but we don't buy juice. We've never been those big juice drinkers. We've never been a fizzy drink drinker. So we've just been juicing, and whatever we juice, we drink. So from Brussels sprouts to broccoli to kale and ginger and cucumbers and courgettes and apples and just about anything, really, we're juicing. So today I had kale and Brussels sprouts, ginger with cucumber and celery. Yesterday it was carrot and apple. So we're drinking a lot of juice, and I can see the difference in my skin. I can feel the difference in my body. Why am I telling you these things? I'm not your nutritionist. I'm not your doctor. I'm telling you guys because I care. And I know that you know these things already. So I'm not even telling you. I'm reminding you that you're going to have to look after your health. You're going to have to look after your health. You're going to have to open the windows and breathe in some fresh air. You're going to have to stand in your bedroom and exercise and stretch. I have to be doing much more of that. I'm getting old. I'm like a big girl now, right? But I'm telling you because these things are fundamental. And we're in this space where right now we don't know how long we'll be locked down for. We're trying to raise the vibration, but they have a different agenda, as we can see. But we're not focusing on them. We're focusing on what we want, the outcome we want. And the outcome we want is to come out of this healthy and strong and fit, and we will live. You have to start affirming. The other thing, that number one is to start eating well. Number two is to find out what you wanted to do. So what project you had that you couldn't do because you were too busy. You were too busy, working, whatever you were doing, you're busy. Life was too fast and we've come to a standstill. What are those things that you can do in this moment when you've come to a standstill? It's finding those things and start doing them. You have to start doing them. So eating better, exercising, finding the things that you've put off forever, the procrastination paralysis things, the things that you've been putting off forever. Now is the moment when you need to start doing them. The other thing is that you need to look at right now more than ever is to allow yourself to be still. Yes, be still, meditate, practice even 5 minutes per day in silence. Allow yourself to feel your heartbeat. Allow yourself to have a silent retreat. Because in the silence is when you actually hear. When I left London, I was having such a chaotic life. My life was busy and everybody felt great. But at the back, it was chaotic. It was like that all the time. And then I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that my health was compromised, that I was borderline in diabetes, and I had high blood pressure. And I was like, I'm not going to stand for this. It's not going to happen. So I made a very big lifestyle shift. I moved because I knew that part of being in London was making me ill. The constant traffic, the constant rushing to nursery, picking up my son, rushing here, rushing there. It was driving me crazy. And when I moved, within 3 months of moving, I guarantee you, without doing anything but move, my blood pressure went down, my borderline diabetes dissipated, and it's gone. And now I sit in silence. I actually can hear myself. Where I live is so quiet. It is crazy. I live in a village. It is quiet. And then COVID came and it is even more quiet. But I can hear myself think. I can hear God more clearly. I can hear my thoughts. I can do my forgiveness work. And I can tell you something. When COVID came, I realized how stressed I got. Like I could realize the stress was shipping back in because I found myself snappy. I was snapping at my son, and he was like, "Mom," and I could see that I was slipping again. I was like, "Nope, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm." So we need to listen to ourselves and find that silent moment where we can hear our heartbeat. The last thing I'm going to tell you to do, because I need to wrap this up and talk about my book writing course, is that you need to affirm. Affirmation is a powerful tool. It is such a powerful tool that so many of us have not realized. You need to pause and affirm. Whatever your intention is for the day, whatever you desire to happen in your world, pause and affirm. And the affirmations, like right now, in this time that we live in, thank you so much, Tina. Hi, girl. How you doing? Hi, hi, hi. In this time that we live in, the affirmations can be as simple as, today I am going to be true to myself. Today I am going to think positive thoughts. Today I'm going to spend time with me. Today I'm going to empower myself. Today I look in the mirror and I see a beautiful person despite everything around it. I am strong. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am angelic. I am supernaturally a genius. I am wealth. I'm a money magnet. Good things come to me. I am going to get over this. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to survive. COVID cannot come near me. I'm going to live. These are my affirmations every day. Like, these are the things I say. It shall not come near my family. It shall not come near my house. I shall be well. Right? So I just want to tell you guys those things. Those are some of the things that you need to understand is to affirm. You're going to have to start opening your mouth and speak. So for those who are watching me live, I would encourage you, write me one affirmation right now that you're going to affirm when you're done, or you're going to affirm right now and you're going to take into the week. Good things come to me. I'm going to use this time wisely. I'm going to come out of this a better person. Those are the kinds of affirmation that I want you to do in this season, in this moment. Because what you speak can bear fruit. What you speak can grow legs. What you speak can grow wings. It is so important that we speak life and that we speak that which we want. Speak as though it were, the Bible says. Yes, Tina, you need to start affirming. So tell me what your affirmation will be this week. What is your affirmation this week? You know, today I got up and I was like, oh, I'm not going to do a Facebook Live. I'm not going to do. And then I've had it's a crazy thing when, and I love how you guys love me. It's just really powerful because I got so many inbox messages like, Ava, somebody wrote something today. Are you okay? Yeah. And because you guys are used to seeing me, but I'm affirming that I'm going to be true to me. And being true to me says I can't be on Facebook as much as I could do right now because I have to be preserving my energy. I have to be homeschooling. I have to be a mommy. I have to be a mommy to 2 children. One is in another country, stuck with not being able to travel back home. So I have to be splitting my mind, my energy, my focus on that. I'm a mommy first. And then I lost my grandmother, and I lost my friend, and I lost another friend. And so I had to just be in that space of understanding that, giving myself permission to understand that I can't be everything. And that's okay. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying to you, you need to be gracious to yourself to understand that it's okay to not be your regular self because we're not in a regular time. So understand that it's okay. You are strong. That's it. I'm strong. I'm taking actions with the decisions. I'm happy with them. Amazing. I am strong. That alone, Tina, is such a powerful affirmation. I am strong. Whew, I feel that in my bones. I am strong. That is a powerful affirmation. And hear me, sometimes when you affirm, you may not believe it in that moment. Trust me, I know. But continue to say it. Continue to say it. Because if you keep repeating it, you're going to start believing it. And you're going to start becoming stronger. It is baby steps done continuously, repetitively. That's going to take you to the space that you need to get to, that you need to go to. And then the next day you might add, or a week later. So every day for a week, you might just say, I am strong. You look in the mirror and you say, I am strong. Because right now we need so much strength. We need to do that open heart surgery and dig deep within ourselves and find that which we need. We need more. We need to go deeper and find more stuff. The grit to survive. We need a level of resiliency. We've never been called to be this before. Humanity has never been called to be so much than we are called right now. And in this moment, we are going to have to dig deeper. But here's what I know. I know that you have it within you. I know that within you, that my mom is Jamaican and I'm Jamaican, you guys know that. And my mom would be this person, and I don't know how many of you can relate to this. My mom used to hide money in her bra and every little places, and she was really good at that. And every little crevice and corner, she didn't have much, but she would hide a $10 here and a $5 there. And in those days, it was $1, $5, whatever, and they had value. And my mom would hide it in every little nook and cranny, we'd say, every crevice and corner. And when she needed it, she would find it. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That all of the strength and the resilience and muscles you have that you've not used, that have been hidden in the crevices and corners of your life and your being and your body and your persona, now is the moment to pull them out. Now is the moment to dig deeper, dive deep into them and pull them out. Those pockets of energy that you hid somewhere, those pockets of strength that you've never used, they're there. It's the moment to take them out. So I want to encourage you that when you affirm, I'm strong this week, maybe for 5 days, that's all you can say, I'm strong, and look in the mirror and say, I'm strong. But next week, you might be able to say, I'm strong and I'm going to make it. Hallelujah. You might add, I'm strong and I am going to make it. I'm strong and I am powerful. I am strong and I am well. I'm strong and I shall not get sick. I'm strong and I'm going to write my book. I'm strong and I'm going to start my business. I'm strong and you know what? I was laid off, but I'm going to use my money and I'm going to be resourceful. I'm strong. I'm going to move house. I'm strong. I'm going to migrate. I'm strong and I'm going to date again. I'm strong and you know what? I'm ready for love. Whatever it is, you're going to have to start affirming and speak into being what you desire. When I did my speaking at Google last year, I remember somebody wrote to me and she said, how did you get to speak at Google? And I said to her, I have a vision board. I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm going to show my vision board. I made a new one. I'm going to show it to you guys. Hold on. Around my house. Oof. As I move around my house, I find all kinds of things that remind me of what I want, what I desire. And I have to use, as strong as I am, I use a lot of things around my house that remind me and hold me together in what I want to become and who I want to become. And so this is my vision board, and I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but this is my vision board. It is a very nice and neat one. It's got all kind of things on it. It's really nice. It's got lots of things on it, and it's even framed. I take it seriously, you all. It's framed and ready to be hung. I just haven't hung it yet because I've moved house, and because of COVID, I have not been able to get that sorted. But that's just my vision board. But if I look on the wall beside me right now, I see two things. I see something that says, dream what you want to dream, go where you want to go, and be what you want to be. And then if I look to that, I see happiness is not a destination, it's a way of life. And then if I look, there's just so many reminders around me. I surround myself with reminders. Some days my reminders in my house become my affirmation. So this one says, have the courage to pursue your dream. Right now, this season, I'm going to ask you, do you have the courage to pursue your dreams? Or are you too distracted with COVID and all of the things that are happening around you that you cannot pursue your dreams, that you're allowing yourself to be so bogged down with what's happening around you that your dreams are lost in the pile? You know, I used to, when I moved to the UK, let me do some confession here. When I lived in Jamaica, I had a living helper. That's very common back home. And when I moved to the UK, I just struggled with doing all the household work, and the adjustment was hard. And I remember living in London, and for about a year actually, this is how I lived. Because I'd gotten out of the habit of washing clothes and ironing clothes. So I was there and I was washing the clothes and piling on the bed and keep washing and piling. And whenever I wanted something, I would go under the pile, and it was a nightmare trying to find that. Can anybody relate to that? And I struggled, and so I thought, I can't do this. So I had to get myself together and actually organize myself. Some of your dreams are like that pile of clothes right now, that the last year they have been piled under the distress and the news and the stress and the pressure and the losing your jobs and the redundancies and the furlough and the stay at home and the wearing the mask and the even just talking about that makes me feel negative, just does something to my chest. All of that cumbersome, my mom would say, has literally covered your mind, covered your ideas. I want you to go, and like I did, I want you to lift up every piece of clothes from under that pile. Literally. Peel that onion, peel that cabbage, find your dreams, find your ideas again, and start refocusing on something positive. And in that vein, I want to encourage those who are interested. I am actually doing a writing course. It starts on the 28th, and I'm inviting you to come and join me. Because what better thing to do than write? Express yourself. You don't have to literally publish right now. There's somebody on the course who I've been talking to her for about 6 years. And she's gonna write. And now is the time. She's like, you know what, I'm ready. Like, this is it. I'm ready. I'm not saying you have to write. Writing works for me. It's a great cathartic way of releasing and expressing myself. But whatever works for you, find that magic. There's still magic left in the world. There's still good stuff left in the world. The very few people that are trying to make it sad for us are so minute in number that I want you to remember that. I want you to find the awesomeness inside of yourself. Go back to being awesome. Remember that to live is to suffer. To survive is to find the meaning in that suffering. You need to find the meaning of all of this suffering. You need to make this suffering mean something. So when you come out of it, you might not be unscathed, but you are a better person. I want to encourage you to continue to be strong, to continue to affirm, to not suffer in silence, to find somebody to share your fears with, to surround yourself with light, love, and abundance, to be grateful in this moment. If you wake up and you can see the light, be grateful. I posted something on my Facebook today and it was so fundamental. And I want to read it to you because it was so important and it really mattered for me. And it said that where you are not, that means where you have not gotten to yet, is just as important as where you are. Remember, this is not the end of the road. The best is yet to come. I believe so. And I'm going to leave you with that thought that where you are right now, where you are not, where you want to go, where you want to be. You want to be out of COVID. You want to get a job again. You want to be married. Don't we all? You want to dating. Don't we all? All of us want all of those amazing things. It is just as important as where we are right now. So let us cherish where we are right now. Find the good in it, because there's good in this moment. Shift your mind. Refocus. Feed your mind good stuff. Surround yourself with good people. Find your root people, the people who matter most. Love on yourself. Be gracious to yourself. And if you're up for it, come and write with me. If you want to start your business, let's have a discussion. If you're confused about what to do, let us talk about it. But whatever you do, have the courage to still pursue your dreams in spite of what's happening around you. It's Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. I thank you for your time. And if you don't see me a lot, I'm still here. Trust me, I am. Continue to affirm you are strong, you are amazing, you're powerful, you're beautiful, you are handsome, you are lovable. Okay? Because that's who you are. You're a king, you're a queen, you're awesome. You're God's creation. And until then, I will see you guys soon. God bless. I love you guys so much. Remember that you're loved. Remember that you're awesome. And I'll speak to you guys real soon. Bye for now.